Whoops. All right. Never mind. Now you guys can hear me probably. My bad. So, to start it all out, now I was muted somehow. Is everything good now? All right, perfect. All right, so to go over exactly what I just said, I'm gonna go over my weekend sales from roughly Friday afternoon, Friday night to about a half an hour ago. And then if there's any time at the end, then I'll answer any questions you have. Come up with some weird questions. I want this to be a fun time to hang out. And I'm perfectly fine answering reselling questions too. But yeah, spice it up and have a little bit of fun today. So let's get started now that we got about 25 people. So maybe I'll wait like 4 or 5 minutes. So if you guys have any questions right now, then I will answer them. So if you just throw it in the chat, and then we can go from there. That way, if anyone else on Instagram saw my post or they seen it late, then they can trickle in and see what I sold. So if you guys have any questions, weird questions, any kind of questions, I'm game for anything. Anyone? Bueller? Nothing. How do you authenticate Dolce & Gabbana jeans? Just research. I would go, or you might be able to reach out to some of the bigger, higher end resellers. The Deal Queen might be able to help you. She's just the Deal Queen on Instagram. Just post it on your Instagram if you have a Instagram, and ask the community if they think it's real or not. I would post inner tags and any of the like stitching stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you can find a lot of that stuff just on Google. That's what I usually do. If I'm not sure, I'll either ask someone or Google it myself. Does having an eBay store better sales? So I went full-time last January 2016, and I didn't have a store. So I've actually been doing eBay since I was 17. And I only did auctions every Thursday and Sunday nights for what, 7 or 8 years. Yeah. And I never had a store. I didn't get a store until I went full-time. So I didn't really have any trouble having sales. I think if you're sourcing the right products, no matter how new you are, and I did prove this with my friend's account. He had a new account, and I sold about 25 polos, FootJoy polos, within 3 days. And he has 24 feedback. Most of it's as a buyer, not even a seller. So it can be done. You just got to source the right products and have the right titles. How many listings do you post up on eBay per week? Probably off the top of my head, maybe 200. So this weekend was really productive for me. Sales weren't that great, but between yesterday and today, I took about I didn't have any assistants this weekend, unfortunately. So I did about 200 photos, and then I got up about 150 listings the past 2 days. So it's been good. After I get off of this, actually, I'll probably package up the stuff that I sold to get a jump start on tomorrow morning, and then finish up a few pictures that I took. Yeah, right, Bethany. Party's not here. Party was already here. It's always a party with me. And this weekend was actually very tame for me. I didn't even go out. I worked because sales are so bad, so had to take the weekend off. How much do you make on auctions before you went full-time on eBay? I actually have zero idea. Enough to whatever my athletic scholarship at Michigan State didn't cover, I was able to cover the rest of my tuition and rent with it. How much did I post a week when you were part-time? So I didn't source too much because I was in college. I don't even know. I would say maybe 50 items a week, if that. It was probably about that, because I like to shirk my my studies for eBay. So that's how you know when you're putting off college to do eBay, you're probably gonna gravitate towards eBay as a job. How's it going, Potty Mouth Motivator? What did I cook for dinner last night? I don't know. What did I have? I probably couldn't even tell you what I had for breakfast this morning. I have a pretty bad memory sometimes. But I did just have a bowl of cereal for dinner. I should have done a live Instagram story of that. So, all right. Well, sorry about my rambling. Thanks for the questions. We got about 50 people in here, so I'll start. So again, weekend sales weren't that good for me, especially on eBay. The other platforms were okay. And I was kind of sick the past few days. I'm finally, like, my voice is a little raspy still, but I feel a lot better. And yeah, cereal is the bomb. And I'm definitely a man child. All right, so let's get started. What we've got here is a pair of New Balance running shoes. I love picking up, these are like minimal shoes. They actually say minimus on the side. So a minimal running shoe would be like a flat drop or a zero drop, more to mimic barefoot running kind of. But yeah, these sold for $30. I always love selling running shoes, used running shoes. This is actually a pretty cool t-shirt. I sold this on Grailed. It's a Rod Stewart. I think it's brand new, honestly. Brand new without tags. 1998 World Tour shirt. This sold for $19. I've been sitting on it for a while, so it doesn't really matter that much to me. I paid probably $1 or $2 for it, so I still made money. Here's another Grailed sale. These sold pretty quickly within a day or two of listing. Some vintage Tommy Hilfiger spell out swim trunks. And this is a quick way to know that an item's vintage by this boxed Tommy Hilfiger logo. Here was an eBay sale. I think this sold for like 16 or 17 bucks. Brooks Brothers dress shirt, just a regular fit. If it was a slim fit, it probably would have sold for about 25, but this one was sitting for a while, so again, I only paid like $3 for it. Here's another eBay sale. So Ralph Lauren spell out hoodie. I think this sold for like $20. Again, this one was sitting for a while too, so I just took I think I had it listed for 35 and I took a best offer at 20, but it's probably been sitting for like 4 or 5 months. So this is kind of a cool shirt. This had some stains on it though, so I'm glad it sold. Got some sushi. I'm not a fan of sushi, actually. It's overpriced and it doesn't fill you up. But yeah, this was a Nat Nast Luxury Originals silk sushi shirt. So someone loves sushi enough to wear it on their shirt, more power to them. These sold pretty quickly, brand new with tags, dead stock, vintage, Champion, like cotton. These are the cotton dad shorts that I was talking about. I think these were in a couple haul videos ago. These are what my dad would wear when he's cutting the lawn. So definitely the perfect dad short. So you could just make some nice dad jokes in these and then drink your coffee in the morning, make fun of your kids a little bit, and then go cut the grass on the weekends. Like a true dad. This was the polo that I just, Express polo, that I set to auction because it was sitting a while. So I think I only got like $7 or $8 for it, but whatever, it's now out of my house. So perfectly fine with me. Just sold this. This is the women's Life is Good, new with tags, cotton hat. This sold for $21.99. Paid $1 for it. I love selling hats because they're lightweight, so they're usually under 4 ounces. But I mean, I guess if you put them in a box, you get to about 8 or 9 ounces. I would recommend always shipping stuff in boxes or hats in boxes. That way you don't piss off your customer when it shows up, because USPS likes to fuck around with packages all the time. So put them in boxes. Here's an Express linen dress shirt. I always love selling linen items, so I'll pick up any linen item by like J. Crew, Express, Banana Republic, Brooks Brothers, the usual suspects. My bread and butters, as the reselling community likes to use. Not a fan of that term, but whatever. Whatever works. Another Express 1MX. This is an extra slim fit because instead of just dropping down a size, they decided to make extra slim fit. I don't know what's wrong with slim fit or what the difference is, but probably a good marketing ploy. But this sold for 20 bucks, so I'm not complaining. This has been sitting for a while. A nice leather Winnie the Pooh, big spell out. You know, you got to get the butterflies on the side. You got the big old Pooh Bear on the front. I'd rock the shit out of this if I could, but not my style. I don't know if it'd even look good on me. But this sold for 90 bucks. So that was a good flip. I forget what I paid for it because I bought it like probably like 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, I sit on some items for a long time, especially if I know, or especially if they're higher priced. I'm fine with sitting on higher priced items because I know they will eventually sell. Oh, so if you guys watched my last haul video, you guys saw this North Face jacket. So this North Face jacket had a zip-in fleece Denali jacket also. So, but they were paired together. So they charged me $24.99, but then I had the 35% off. So it ended up costing me $16.24 for both jackets. I like to, whenever I find jackets like this, I'll take out the liner and then sell both of them separately. So that's what I did. This one sold on Poshmark within 2 hours of listing it for 80 bucks. So I already made my money back. So the other ones, I mean, I paid $8 for it if you split them both up. So not a bad deal. And then the North Face Denali jackets, usually I get about 45 to 55 bucks on it. So it's a nice little return on investment. Here's another Poshmark sale. Poshmark was pretty good for me today. This is a new with tags Nike golf polo, just your standard golf polo. I think this sold for like 28 or maybe 30 bucks, something like that. Oh, so I used to buy liquidation lots. I don't anymore because it was kind of labor intensive, and you weren't really sure exactly what you're gonna get and then what kind of condition. But I used to do like health and beauty lots, so I still have a little bit left that I should probably. I don't like donating anything because I know that there's still money in it a little bit, even if you send it to auction. But yeah, this is just a hair dye. Nutrice, Garnier Nutrice, soft black. So this is gonna make someone's hair look good. And that only sold for like $7, but I'm glad it's out of my house. I typically always pick up New York Yankees stuff. They always have they have a very large following, especially now because baseball season's coming up or it's already upon us. Baseball sucks. I'm more of a hockey fan. It's right up there with golf. Super boring. But yeah, so this hat sold, I think, for 15 bucks to Yogi Berra. He used to play. He's an old player for the Yankees. And I think I paid 64 cents for it. So not a bad investment. Here's a Lacoste, just standard long sleeve. So all Lacoste sizing are numbered. So a 3 would be an extra small, a 4 would be a small, 5 medium, 6, so on and so forth. I always do well with Lacoste stuff. I think this sold for 25 bucks. Should I put the Pooh on? I don't know, man. I could rock it. I'm in sweatpants right now, though. I feel kind of bad. All right, I'll put it on. All right. Here we go. I'll model it for you guys. How's it look? Good? It actually fits pretty well. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. I do like money more, though. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Too much fun. Too much sauce. All right. It's actually pretty hot in there. Or hot in that jacket. God, I'm such an idiot sometimes. Actually, most of the time. Just a standard Puma golf polo. It's a sell. You can tell, you know that by this logo. Usually, if it's a sell, this is just like their style. It's like their lifestyle. Sell golfing polos. That's sold for $15 on eBay. Oh, so this is actually pretty cool. So this is the Brooks Brothers extra slim fit dress shirt. I mean, not cool. It's cool that it's sold for $20 because there's a huge, I don't even know. It could be a shit stain, honestly. I don't even want to know what it is, but there's a stain right prominently on the front, and I put it on my listing, put it up for $20, buy it now, no best offer, and it sold in like 6 hours. So that one was a good one. This is for the big boys, the 3X men out there. It's even called Wrangler Big Man. So they know, they already know. This sold for $20 on eBay. Again, this sold pretty quickly within a day of listing it. And another one, another Wrangler. This one's a short sleeve snap button. I think this sold for like 15 or 16 bucks. This one had been sitting for a while, but I think I got full price for like 17 or 18 bucks. An original Penguin polo, just standard ugly ass polo for Easter. It looks like an Easter polo. Maybe they're gonna wear it to church. Another Nike golf polo, or just another polo in general. This sold for like 15 or 16 bucks. I always like selling the like vented. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but there's mesh on the back of this. Always love selling the vented stuff. It usually sells a lot faster than just your standard normal polyester polos. So I got these at the yellow tag sale at TJ Maxx, just some men's rag and bone standard fit jeans. I think they sold for 70 bucks. I paid $29. So not a bad ROI, about probably 50% after eBay fees and shipping. These sold quickly too. J. Crew factory, the Sutton. So a quick way to know if it's normal store J. Crew or the J. Crew like outlet factory store. So the factory store will have the 2 diamonds underneath the label. So that's a quick way to do it. But I don't say on my listing if it's regular J. Crew store or J. Crew factory. I just list it as standard J. Crew. These sold for 30 bucks. Bomber jackets are in. So these are Banana Republic, like a lightweight spring bomber jacket. This sold for $31.49. So not a bad one there. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is actually going to a person in Michigan about 2.5 hours away from me. Vintage Adidas windbreaker. Has the 3 stripes on the back. This one sold for 40 bucks. It used to have a hood, I think. Or maybe this is where you can store some snacks back here. If you ever get hungry, just start scratching your neck and potato chip might fall out into your mouth. That'd be my kind of jacket. There you go. It's $1 million idea. But if you guys steal it from me, at least give me a little bit of money because this is live and recorded. So it was my idea first. I don't even know if that would hold up though. Another new with tags. Forgot. Fucking Michigan people. Boo. I went to the rival school. If you guys are new to this channel, I went to Michigan State. But there's always good money in Michigan Wolverine stuff. This sold on Poshmark, I think, for 28 or 30 bucks. I think it was 30. So usually if I have a price in mind and it's not that long or it hasn't been sitting that long, I'll stick to a price no matter what. So I'll offer the same price. They'll offer a little higher. I'll offer the same price again. And if they don't want it, that's fine. But usually if I have a price in mind, I'll stick to it. Oh, this was part of this 70-piece lot that I got, that I found at Goodwill, of all the Harley Davidson stuff. This is actually a pretty cool t-shirt. I think this sold for 20 bucks. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I paid $3 a piece for 70 t-shirts. And I think right now I've sold about 15 or 18 of them. I sold I sold 6 of them to a guy on Etsy in Sweden. And apparently Etsy doesn't combine shipping costs. And I charged $22 on Etsy for international shipping. So he paid over 100, what? Yeah, 6 times 22 would be what, 132 bucks? Yeah, he paid $132 in shipping and then $120 for the shirts. It ended up only costing me $50 to ship to him. But I sent him a message and was like, hey, dude, if you want any more t-shirts, let me know, and then I won't charge you any more for shipping, but I'll just charge you the standard 20 bucks to add on to your order. And he never got back to me. So he was fine paying the $132 in shipping. So I didn't push it at all to refund him any money. Does that make me a bad person? No, it makes me a good businessman. Just, not kidding, actually. You guys are probably like, that fucking asshole. So here's J. Crew Slim Straight denim jeans. These are the only, well, actually I wear Levi chino joggers now, but I only wear typically J. Crew like t-shirts, and then usually in their jeans. I only wear their jeans. So these sold real quick. Echo, like Gore-Tex hiking trail outdoor boots. These sold for 90 bucks. I had them, they sold within 2 hours of listing, so I had them at 99. Or best offer, the guy sent me an offer of 75 bucks. I hit him back with a $90 offer. He accepted very quickly. So I'm fine with best offers. I know some people get upset by low ballers and stuff. Like, if you don't like the low ballers, don't put over best offer on your item. There's no point complaining in this business. They are your customers or potential customers. So, and I think it's a little bit unprofessional. I'm getting a little bit real here. I think it's a little unprofessional to complain about them on Instagram. I mean, there's just no need for it. I understand that. I mean, people piss you off every single day, but it's nothing to get worked up about. Like, don't get emotional in this business. It's just business. People are trying to get the best price. You're trying to get the best price. And hopefully you guys can meet in the middle at some point. Another new with tags. This was an Adidas polo. I think I took a best offer of like 25 or 30 on this. Not really sure. A lot of these polos blend together. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. So when I was doing the live haul a couple days ago, there was a person in the chat, Red Rider, I believe, who ended up buying this hat for me for 20 bucks. So that's pretty cool. If you guys are ever interested in a piece that I do on my live hauls, don't hesitate to message me. I'd rather sell to you guys than have to go through the work of putting it up on eBay. And obviously I'll be able to cut you guys a better deal because you're going to save me on those eBay and any other fees. So yeah, if you guys ever want anything, hit me up and I will definitely sell it to you guys. This one sold today. Again, this is like a vented Nike Golf Tour Performance dry fit. This sold for, I believe, 16 bucks. This is another quick sell. I usually don't pick these up, but I looked it up and the comps look pretty decent, and I think I only paid like $1 or $2 for it, brand new. These Pop Marvel, like Funko, I think they're called. Yeah, Funko's the company. This sold for, I think, 15 or 16 bucks, and I paid a couple. and there was a little bit of box damage. So with a lot of these toys, collectors collect these. So if the box is pretty fucked up, don't pick it up. But this one wasn't too bad, and I noted it on the listing that there was some box wear, and the person didn't care. So that, again, this sold in like an hour or two of listing. I think it's swim season for high schoolers or something, because these have been sitting for a while, but some nice little spandex jammers, I think they're called, help you float through the water. I'm a terrible swimmer, by the way. I sink, actually. I don't float. Like, literally, I did. No. So I'm good at doggy paddling and sinking to the bottom and not breathing very well underwater, which is kind of surprising because I breathe a lot when I run, but I'm terrible in the water. Bethany getting all the love on my channel. Bethany's got to leave. You got to leave this chat, Bethany. Everyone's in love with you. So I've never sold this brand, and I picked it up kind of on a whim. I looked up some comps and they looked pretty decent, and I just sold my first shirt. I think this sold for like 15 or 16 bucks. So it's the person's Paul Stewart. Took a little while to so actually it didn't take that long. It's probably like 2 weeks. People like me more than you, Josh. Obvi. That's fine. I'm not a yes person though. Like, some people love me. It's actually, there's like no in between with me. It's like people like me or they really hate me. So I'll take either one. Still an obsession. Just kidding. Here's an Oakley golf polo. This one sold for $15.50. I don't know how I remember all these numbers either. Like, math was all right for me. I was actually, when I started going to college, I was going to be a math and science, I think, double minor. Then I was sitting, so I had to take like 8 or 9 math classes, I think, in like my first 2 years. So I was sitting, so I did like 3 or 4 math classes my freshman year, and then I was supposed to take Calculus 1 and Calculus 2 at my community college back home during my freshman year summer, or I guess it would have been going into my sophomore year. So I passed Calc 1, and this was literally every single day for 4 hours a day. We had a quiz every single day and then an exam every single week, so it was pretty brutal. And I'm sitting in Calc 2, and she's like, yeah, the first exam is going to be next week. I was like, fuck, we just got in this class. So I raised my hand and I go, will we be able to drop this class after the first exam? She goes, no. I was like, well, thank you. Packed up my books and left, dropped out of being a math minor and science minor. So that was my extent of math after that. Sorry for the rambling. This one sold today on Etsy. Vintage Tommy Hilfiger, however you guys say it. Windbreaker. This is going to the UK. This sold for 50 bucks plus 22 bucks shipping. It's pretty lightweight, so I'm assuming it will cost probably 15 or 16 bucks. So I'll make another 5 or 6 bucks off shipping. And then Etsy fees, I think, are only 4%. So they're actually pretty low. So that's why I like selling on Etsy, like, especially if they're big purchases. That huge sale that I had last weekend, the item is in the UK right now. If you guys are just joining my channel, I didn't release anything yet on exactly what the item was, but it was a sweater that sold for $700 to a person in the UK. I paid $3 for it after fees and shipping and everything. I ended up profiting like $634 on it. So it was a pretty, I've been sitting on it since December, but I'm glad it sold on Etsy because I had it on eBay and Poshmark. And then I forget. No, it wasn't a P-Wing. It wasn't Ralph Lauren, I'll tell you that. It was a high-end brand, actually. It was a sample piece. That was the biggest thing. It was a sample piece. So that was I was literally dancing in my living room when I got the notification from Etsy. I was like, oh my God, this is great. And the guy actually contacted me like 3 days before he bought it, and he wanted to trade like a North Face Supreme collaboration jacket. And a lot of Supreme pieces are fake, or there's a lot of fakes of them out there. And so I told him, but they do sell very well if that was authentic. So I told him that he would have to send it first, that he would have to have the receipts with it. And he was like, oh dude, I don't have the receipts. And I was like, bummer. Like I can't do the trade then. And then 2 or 3 days later, he bought it. Show us how you, oh, I don't, no, I can't. I'm not drunk. If I'm drunk, I'll dance. I'm a terrible dancer. I have like this Irish jig when I get drunk, sort of. Yeah, Supreme's, I don't get it. They literally can put their logo on anything. They sold bricks, literal bricks with Supreme on it, and people went apeshit over it. They sold New York Metro subway cards with Supreme on it, and there were riots to get them. It's just insane. Dang, that's tight. Eddie Murphy finding the Supreme. So I actually only have one more piece to go over. We're only about a half an hour in, but I'm fine with answering questions too. If you guys just want to hang out and talk and shoot the shit, talk about life, talk about reselling, answer any questions. Let me go over the last piece. They were just some Banana Republic leather driving loafers. I think these sold for full price. I think I had them priced at like $45. I probably only paid like $5 or $6 for them, so not too bad. Yes, do not ship to Russia. Russia has I've had multiple before I didn't do the global shipping program, or before it was even out, I would ship to Russia, and I would say 30% of my packages were lost. So I ended up stopped shipping there. I don't ship to Brazil either. Very corrupt. I mean, they're corrupt in general, but yeah, they have a corrupt postal service. A lot of lost packages, aka probably stolen, especially if they see it's coming from the US. They probably think that there's some nice pieces in it, and so they just take it. So that was everything I sold this week, and I know it wasn't a lot. I'm bumming too. I have to go through my numbers. I probably had like 2,500 in sales, maybe. No, it wasn't that much. Maybe 1,800, something like that. I don't know. I'm not too upset. I don't really get that upset about much of anything in my life anyway. It's pretty simple. But I was looking at my numbers from this March to my numbers in last March, and I'm already almost $10,000 above gross sales than I was last year. So, hey, I'm growing. I'm growing very well. So, and there's still 4 or 5 days left in March. So hopefully sales will pick up a little bit more. Hopefully after I get off of here on YouTube, I can hear that cha-ching on my phone. No, I don't wash any of my clothes. Even my own personal clothes. I don't wash my own personal clothes. So I just throw them away when I'm done. Like, there's no point. Just kidding. I wash all my clothes. Not my thrift store clothes though. I don't, unless there's stains on it and it's a pretty nice piece, and I'll try to get the stains out, but for the most part, nah. Wow. All right. Bethany Freeze just coming out hot with the cute couple. Bethany just thrifted. Yeah, about that. Just kidding. Just kidding. Nice. You have over 40 packages to prepare, and I'm on YouTube. Hey, I'm on YouTube too, and I have like 70 or 50 packages to ship out. Welcome to the club. Let me see. Oh, am I scared of bed bugs? No, because I'm probably dirtier than the clothes that I bought from the thrift store. I probably have my own bed bugs. Whatever. Yeah, just a little bit. It's okay. I always welcome weird questions, so continue with the weird questions. I love awkward situations. I love making people feel uncomfortable. It's a fun time. Is that a popcorn tin behind me? Yes, that is, but it holds all my loose change because I have so much loose change. I barely carry any cash on me ever. So if you guys want to rob me, you probably would get like $3 or $4, but you'd get some credit cards. So, but it wouldn't last that long because I just cancel them real quick. Real quick. Let me see. Let me see. What's some other questions? Here you go. Where is my man? I don't know if I want to release it yet. If I don't cut my hair until the reseller rally, it will be up in a bun, I promise. But I have a large forehead. Like, it's tough out here for large foreheaded people to wear a man bun, so gotta hide it. That's why I wear this hat all the time. What's your favorite book? My favorite book of all time, probably anything by Hunter S. Thompson. He was a writer back. Actually, I don't know how long ago he died. He ended up killing himself. But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson is my favorite author. He made the Gonzo type writing, it's called, which is, it's kind of like a blur between fiction and reality. So most of his books, people think that a lot of his books were fiction, but they were actually really all about his life. He was a huge alcoholic and drug addict, but very interesting person to read about. So I do recommend any book by him, Hunter S. Thompson. So those would be all these books up here. I think I have like 12 of his books. He used to write for like ESPN. He was a big sports guy. He wrote for Rolling Stone. He lived out in Colorado. He hung out with like Jack Nicholson. He was a cool dude. Wait, do you have a business credit card that you used to buy everything eBay related? I do. So if you're going to be a full-time reseller, even not being full-time, if you plan on making money on eBay, set up a business account, get a business credit card, keep your personal and your business very separate. It's going to make it simpler on your CPA if you get one. It's going to make it, if you do your own taxes, it's going to make it a lot simpler. And it's also going to make it simple if you ever get audited, that you can show, hey, this is what was in my business. This is what was my personal. Keep it separate. Who's available for adoption? Me? I'm sure. Yeah, you guys can adopt me, but you guys would have to move here and cook me meals because I'm helpless. So would it be you adopting me or me adopting you? I don't know. If you found a vintage, hold on, let me see. If you found a vintage Adidas soccer jacket but it had a soccer team screen printed on the back, would you purchase? That's hard. Without seeing the item, I don't know. If it's cool enough vintage and it has like a big logo or a big spell out, I would still buy it with a different logo on it. You're probably going to get a little bit less money, but someone will buy it. Have you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad? I'm halfway through that book right now, actually. I don't really like it that much, to be honest. There's a book called I'll Teach You to Be Rich. That's a good book. And it's not a book about how to make money super quickly. It's a book about what you can do in your daily life to help build wealth. So like set all your credit cards to auto pay, because if you miss a payment, you just fucked yourself with a ton of interest that you just lost. If you ever incur any bank fees and you've been with that bank for a while, refuse to pay those bank fees. Tell them they would rather keep you as a customer than charge you $30 for an overdraft. Tell them straight up, I will drop you if you charge me these fees. I do it all the time. If I need to put a stop payment on something, they're like, well, there is a $20 charge that we have to give you. And I go, no, you're not charging me to stop my money from going out. Like I've been with you for 6 or 7 years, not happening. And it always works. So yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is a very good book. Rum Diaries, he also wrote. Yeah, those would be the two mainstream ones. Him and Johnny Depp are really good friends. Oh goodness. I have a Southwest credit card for business, but I feel like I want to switch to maybe hotel points. So I want to see what others use. So I have a Southwest. I have the Southwest credit card too. I have a few credit cards. I have the Southwest, but then I have Chase Business Inc. So that's my business credit card. But for my personal, I have the Southwest one, then the Barclay like World Travel Premier card. I like the ones that just give you points and then you can then redeem them for travel or whatever. Not one like Southwest. I mean, I get probably like 2 or 3 free flights a year because I spend a decent amount of money. Yeah, no, it's the banks. They do all have huge buildings. Never be a slave to the lender. Yeah, and another tip: switch your savings account to just an online savings account. Usually, you can get 10 times the interest rate. So I didn't know this until I read that book, "I'll Teach You to Be Rich." If you switch just to online savings, you're looking at like 1 to 1.5%. Chase has 0.1% per year interest. So I switched all my savings over to a Barclay US online savings account. Obviously, you're going to have to be a little more diligent on keeping track of your spending because it's going to take a couple days if you need to transfer any money from your online savings account to a brick and mortar account. So keep that in mind. But yeah, definitely, it's just those little things. Like 1% obviously is not a lot. You're better off having it in the stock market. But if you just have a savings sitting there for just cause a rainy day, whatever, rainy day fund, put it online because I mean you're not going to touch it, or put it in a CD or something. Yes, you do see a Jim Morrison book. No one here gets out alive. This is a good book. Read this first in high school. And then I loaned it out to a friend, and he never gave it back to me, surprisingly. And then I was at the thrift store about a month ago, and look what popped out at me. So we're meant to be. So I was an artist. I actually drew this picture in charcoal, or not charcoal, pencil. It's probably around here somewhere, but I don't know where a lot of my drawings went. Do I invest in stocks? Yes. My biggest moneymaker right now is Amazon. So I started investing in them last year, I think last summer, when they were trading at like 735 a share. They're up to like 850 something now. So yeah, I'm in Amazon, Under Armour, Adidas. Adidas looks good. And some REITs, which is like real estate index something. I don't know. But that one's been doing very well for me too. And then I have a few mutual funds that I'm a part of. Under Armour has not been doing that well for me. I'm trying to think. There's another company that Flextronics, I think it's called. It helps that I'm friends with a lot of people who are in investing and doing their MBA and stuff. So I bounce ideas off them all the time. Yeah, I'm not sure about Snapchat. I don't really like any of those fad like IPOs. I mean, I'm sure it could make you some money. I haven't looked at it lately, but I know it went way up, and I think it petered out lately, but I haven't looked, so I don't actually know. December checking account. Anyone else have any questions for me? Any good questions? Bad questions? I love bad questions too. Yeah, Under Armour. I mean, I don't know if it really hurts their brand if they're in Kohl's. I mean, I'd rather have them in a lot of places. It's not like they're like a high end brand. It's not like if Chanel was in Kohl's or something, like that would hurt their brand. But Under Armour's not. I mean, Under Armour's in Marshalls and TJ Maxx too. I mean, that doesn't make it anything. No, I don't have any Facebook, or I should have got Facebook, obviously, but and I don't have any eBay stock. So they originally, so eBay and PayPal, actually, they were trading as the same ticker on the New York Stock Exchange up until maybe last summer, I think. And then they went back to trading on their own. And I think after that happened, eBay saw a pretty big drop in their stock. But I haven't looked at them lately. Besides running, what do you do for fun? I don't run for fun. Running is not fun, let me tell you. I don't think I ever actually enjoyed running. I did it because I happened to be good at it and it paid most of my college. So, but yeah, what else do I do? I hang out with friends. I work a lot. I go out to eat. I make stupid Instagram stories for all my followers that they seem to enjoy. I don't know why. Like, it's just me being a big old idiot on camera. Found some women's Tommy jeans and they're shiny and they say 8 2001. How much would it be worth? However much someone's willing to pay for it, honestly. I mean, I can't go off of anything. Like I haven't, like, does it have spell outs on the side? Tommy Hilfiger jeans don't usually do that well, honestly. No, I do not enjoy running. Not one bit. It hurts. It hurts, and then you lose fitness really quick. It's weird. It's not weird. It just sucks. So if I take like 3 days off, then I'm huffing and puffing for the next couple of days. Since you're a runner, what are the better running shoes to buy? I see a lot of Brooks here in Seattle because they are based here. Yep, that is true. Would you pick them up? What other brands of running shoes? I don't usually pick up Brooks. I pick up a company called Ultra, A-L-T-R-A. They usually do well. Those New Balances, the Minimus ones, they'll say it on the side. Those usually do pretty well for me. Obviously, some Nike ones will do well. Anything Adidas Boost will always sell well. They're hot right now. But no, I've never sold a pair of Brooks. I mean, if they're cheap enough, just pick them up and test them out. See if they do. What kind of custom items do I make? I don't technically make any of them. My tailor does. But usually I'll just take some, like, let me see. So on a lot of the Tommy Hilfiger stuff, they have these patches on the back, so I'll cut them off and then I'll add them to like a blank, like an authentic actual Tommy Hilfiger jacket. So something like this, I might like throw it up here. Like right now I have a denim Tommy Hilfiger jacket that I'm going to drop off at the tailor and add one of these patches to it. So, but just in your listing, say that you added the patch to it. It's usually not a big deal. They always sell for a lot better money than if it were plain. If they're high-waisted women's, they will sell well. That's true. And yeah, I'm not the best person to ask about women's clothing. There's some very good resources right now in the chat that can help you. But yeah, I usually don't sell women's clothing. I should probably find like a girlfriend that does, and then we could like kill it together, but I'm not holding out any hope. So can I ask, what are your daily average sales numbers? Bethany, that's rude to ask. Just kidding. Well, do you want my average sale numbers from the past 4 days, or do you want, let me see, let me look. So this month, it will be, what am I at right now? This month I'm at $21,250.99. That's without adding all of this stuff in. So I should, if everything goes all right, I should end up at about 30K-ish. No, that seems a little high. Like 27 to 28K. So divided by 30, that's almost, that'd be roughly what, like $950 a day or so. Math isn't my strong suit, but that sounds about right. I list everything from my computer. I can count on one hand how many times I've ever listed from my phone, on eBay at least. Obviously, Poshmark or Mercari, you have to list from your phone. But yeah, I don't list anything from my eBay phone or from my phone to eBay. I can't talk right now, but Yeah, I don't. It's so much faster from your computer, especially if you're cross listing, because then what you can do is just copy and paste, pull off all the photos onto your desktop. There you go. Now you can hurry up and put it into Etsy and then put it into Grailed. But I mean, I guess if you're only selling women's clothing, like, and if you're only selling on eBay, like, it doesn't really matter that much. But I think if you're trying to cross list on a few, you're trying to cross list on other platforms, I think it's easier on my computer, but everyone's different. I guess I haven't really tried listing from my phone that much either. Yeah, me too. I hate listing on Posh from my phone, but usually I'll try to make a video later this week. Hopefully my assistants show up. I killed it this weekend though on taking photos. I might finish up all the stuff that I bought taking photos this tonight, and then they're gonna hit me up tomorrow to work, and I'm like, hey, don't have any work for you. Sorry, homies. But yeah, I only list from my computer. Does being active on YouTube help your sales, do you think? I don't think there's any correlation to that at all, because I don't share my eBay store. So there is absolutely zero correlation between my YouTube and eBay. I promise you that. Do items on Grailed have to be a certain condition? Wearable. So no, I don't. I mean, I don't think they're like, as long as you disclose it on your item description, then you should be fine. Like, people will buy it. Usually, I get higher. So like those Tommy Hilfiger swim trunks, I think I had them posted for 40, and then I posted them on eBay for 30. A person on Grailed gave me a $30 offer, and the fees are a flat 9% on Grailed. So I accepted that offer because it was going to be cheaper to sell it on Grailed than it was to be on eBay. So I took the same offer as what I had it on eBay, but usually I get more on Grailed anyway. Does having an assistant actually help? I've talked to others who've said it's not worth it. Well, they must have bad assistants then. No, I think it's quite helpful, because what I can then do while they're here taking photos and measurements, I can either be listing at the same time and still have listings ready for me when I do get done listing, or I can be sourcing at that time to get more items. And then I can get home, drop off all the stuff that I bought, and then start listing the stuff that they just took photos of. I think it's worth it. And I mean, I'm not paying a lot of money each week. I think I'm only giving out like 100 to 200 bucks a week, maybe. I don't even think it's that much. I mean, they don't come that often either. They probably come like twice a week, maybe. And it's usually only one. So my second assistant, I think he has 2 other jobs. So I'm not real stingy. Like, I mean, when they can come, I'm super grateful, because then that allows me to do other things for my eBay business. So I'm not a stickler about, hey, you have to show up at this time. Like, they have different lives. They're working other jobs. Like, I'll take any help I can get. So I'm a laid back boss. How many items do you have in your store? Just over 2, or maybe just under 2,000 now. I don't know, something like that. Been using my phone to list for a few years, and this month started using my computer. I really like using the computer better. Unless the item has a barcode, then I'll scan it and save the draft. Oh, that's smart. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I think it's a lot easier to list from your phone. Trying something wants to do. I'm reconsidering paying like Josh says. Yeah, I don't pay by the hour to my assistants. I pay by the item. So right now they're only photographing and measuring. So I give them $1 per item they photograph and measure. And if they can do 40 items in 1 hour, I'm assuming there's no one in this town with their skill set that's going to pay them 40 bucks an hour. So they're happy. I'm happy. It's a mutually beneficial relationship to have. Yes, that was the worst part of it. Was taking photos and measurements. I hate doing that. Like, I don't mind listing, because you can just lay on your couch, prop your feet up, watch some HBO, watch some YouTube videos at the same time, make fun of Bethany, Watch some of her YouTube videos. You can make fun of her. So it's fun for everyone. What would you guess your numbers to be if you didn't have assistants? So last year I didn't have any assistants at all. It was a one-man show, and I ended up doing 250,000 or maybe just under in gross sales. So hopefully that number grows to 350 to 400 this year. But yeah, last year was 250 by myself. Might always move the time clock. Yeah. Yeah, that was the biggest thing I was worried about was them, because I mean it is easy to game. Like I'm not sitting there hovering over my assistants and making sure they're doing what they need to be doing. Like if they want to sit at my house for 3 hours and get 30 listings done, then that's on them. But if they want to work hard, which they do, that I mean, that's what I love about the assistants that I have, is that they don't complain. I hate people that complain, because I don't really complain that much either. So I kind of expect people, I expect if people are going to work for me, they're going to be kind of the same personality as me. Like, get shit done, don't complain, put your head down and just keep grinding, because that's how you make it. That's how you make it in this business. Just keep grinding. All right, Bethany, don't get too big of a head. Yeah, so same with me, Eddie. He said I have a hard time paying attention to the television while listening. Yeah, usually I'll try to catch up on shows, and then I'll have to rewatch the show because I was too busy messing with my eBay listings. Don't want to get about attention. Yeah, thank you. Really, again, I put out that video. She's talking about the video that I put out yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday. Just talking about my life growing up. I just wanted to put it out there, kind of as like motivation, inspiration to people, like where you can come from, really, everyone's in a different walk of life. They come from different walks of life, and at the end of the day, as long as I think if you put your head down, work hard, you can get out of almost any situation you want. Obviously, some people are going to have it easier than others, but I think if you don't complain, you're good to go. So, all right, the hour is up, but I'm fine with taking a few more questions if you guys have any burning questions to ask. And if you don't, that's fine too, because it's more fun questions. But yeah, so coming up this week, I have a few exciting things. So I think one of the days I will do like a process, like what my process is from when I get home from the thrift store to when it finally gets up on eBay. Probably do something like that. And then Wednesday's going to be a fun time for everyone. So Nicole from States Place reached out to me through a text a couple days ago while she's on the road at Disney. She wants me to take over her channel or her YouTube channel on Wednesday. So I'm going to do a live haul on her channel. Hopefully you guys will come out. We'll try to have a little bit of fun with it. And then also Wednesday night will be my first interview. So I'm going to start interviewing more people that sell men's clothing because I think obviously that market's kind of lacking on YouTube, and that information is right now. I think I'm like one of the few men that are talking about men's clothing, what sells and stuff. So I reached out to First Coast Reseller. So he'll be on my channel Wednesday night at, I think we set 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't follow him, it's First Coast Reseller. He sells a lot of higher end items, all men's clothing. So it'd be nice to get him on. And then I've reached out to a couple other men's resellers and got them slotted for the next couple weeks too. So should be a fun time. Yeah, Wednesday is going to be a fun time. Yeah, men's clothing. I mean, there's good money in men's clothing. But I would like to also learn a lot about women's. Just kidding. No, I don't. I can't go to that because then I have to be like a mannequin. Then I have to like put glitter on stuff and like have like pretty furry rugs to lay on. And then when my friends are coming over there and like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't know, guys. Don't make fun of me. I had to do it. So I'll stick to the typical people on, yeah, if you hear me talk about a mannequin one more time, mannequins are the worst. The worst. Flat lays don't even work that well for women's stuff though. I don't even know where to get one of those furry rugs, like Target or something. Oh my god, my pics look good. Do they really? No, flat lays are the best, first of all, especially for men's clothing. So yeah, the Deal Queen has some amazing flat lays. I mean, she also says she spends a lot of time on her photos, so I don't envy her position on that. I don't know. No mannequins for me. I don't even know where I would put it, honestly. Nah, everyone's loving the furry rugs. Yeah. So, well, where do I lay them on then? Because hardly any of the normal stuff that I see you women selling on Instagram sells very well for me at all. So I don't know what to do. Plus, it doesn't interest me, so it kind of sits around for a while. Even if it's like good stuff, even like women's Lululemon and like North Face stuff that I pick up, it's still kind of, it's like the last thing that I photograph and stuff. But that also might have to do with I have to put it on Poshmark too, so it's like extra time to do that. But yeah, for the most part, it just kind of sits around. Flat layers are good for bottoms, but for tops and coats, I think mannequins are best. Yeah, the best is people on Poshmark. So my name Vogue Square doesn't actually lend itself to a manly name. So a lot of women ask me on Poshmark to try on the clothing. I'm just like, yeah, I would if it didn't fit me up to here. But I just tell them I'm a dude and I can't. I probably wouldn't look good in it. That usually gets a few chuckles out of them, but they never buy it. I mean, the thing that kills me though is like if it's just like a vintage windbreaker jacket or something like that. They're like, can you try it on? I want to see what it looks like on. It's like, just Google a photo of what a windbreaker looks like on. Like it doesn't have to be that one. Like just Google it. I don't send. I sent her a few items. I mean, I would never sell some of that stuff. Like I'm definitely not going to sell a dress because then you have to like put boobs on it and stuff. Potty mouth motivator is the ma. I did send her some Balenciaga sandals, but she said she was keeping those. So hopefully she doesn't pull a fast one and then sell them on me. I'd be kind of bummed. Also, update on those Balenciaga shoes. So they did sell on eBay, but the person hasn't paid yet. They said they're going to pay tomorrow. We'll see. But they also gave me the option to cancel it if that was too long. So I feel like they're already flaky. But the Balenciaga shoes sold for $375. I paid $80 for them. So not a bad profit once they pay. How tall am I? I am 6 foot. Who has a boyfriend? I'm not hung up on anyone. Yes, the deal queen does send me stuff. So again, it's a partnership. This is a business partnership. She sells mainly only women's clothing. I sell mainly only men's clothing. So she doesn't care what she sends me. She sent me some like Versace and some Armani dress pants. Like it's mutually beneficial. She sends me Patagonia stuff. Like it's nice. Yeah. I don't. I've never been to the bins, but I almost did look through a rack of bras the other day at Goodwill, but then there are a lot of women around. They're like, my long hair doesn't lend to. I don't know. I just can't get myself to start picking through bras and stuff. Oh, you ladies are really trying to set up this Bethany thing. How did I choose my business name? Good question. I'm sure it may not make sense, but so in my head, I wanted to have something that was connected to fashion. So another name for fashion is Vogue. Thanks, Thesaurus, Google. And I wanted it to convey like reuse clothing. So Vogue squared, fashion kind of recycled, used multiple times was my thought process. So I came up with Vogue squared. And if I open up my own website, I could do something with like vintage Vogue squared, which would make a little more sense with the double V, but that's something later. Only because it's hot in here, thrifty. I don't get embarrassed. My face is fine. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever sell a jock strap actually. I feel like Bethany hates everyone. It's fine. I don't even know what was said. Like it's hard to catch up on a lot of this stuff. I don't know what you ladies are saying. Y'all are killing me. Oh my goodness gracious. You guys have any like reselling questions? Anyone? This is fun though, actually. Like this is kind of puts me gets me off track on reselling all weekend and working all weekend. You guys are like my virtual friends. It's so weird. Just like hanging out with people that I've never met. So who's all going to the reseller rally? Like it sounds like it's going to be a very solid amount of, I mean, 200, but that should be a very fun time. Plans for another tattoo? Yeah, maybe. I kind of so I'm gonna get this one covered up. I think so. I might do this arm next. All my tattoos are kind of on my right side, so I have this half sleeve, and then I have my grandpa on my chest right here, and then I have on the side of my leg a Michigan State winged track shoe. Do I pay eBay fees all at once or weekly? Paying at once is so painful. So I just put it on my business credit card. I don't look at my business credit card that much. I have auto pay set up on all my credit cards. So I should probably look a little bit more to make sure there's no false charges, but Chase is actually pretty good about any fraudulent charges going on. So they contact me pretty quickly. But yeah, I pay all my eBay fees once a month. I mean, it's part of doing business. It's nothing to worry about. It's all tax write off too. So Chicago is a fun time. So I have a decent amount of friends that live there too. So if there's an after party, I have a lot of friends that will come out and join. What were your sales your first year reselling, not full time? I have no idea. That was when I was 17. Probably not that much. Probably a decent amount though. I just put it all away. I used to put my money in CDs in high school, not actual CDs, like CDs from the bank. Found so much. I've never sold really any antique stuff. I don't even know what a Wedgwood is. No, I think if you show up to the after party, like I don't know if there's like an after party to the reseller rally or if that's just like a normal party or if there's an after party. I don't know. I don't really care, but Bethany's only going to the after party. See, you can have her ticket. You can sit through all of the stuff that goes on during the day, and then she'll take the after party ticket. Yeah, I'll definitely be posted up at the bar with you ladies. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, Nicole said in one of her lives that oh yeah, so I think so there must be an after party just for the reseller rally. But I'm talking like I'm assuming that it's not going that long into the day or into the night. So I don't know how far outside of Chicago it is, but I'm sure there'll be a double after party. Girls only. I mean, I'll tie my hair up. I can look like a girl. That's fine. I'll be the creep over at the end of the bar, drinking my sorrows away. Bethany's an alcoholic, everyone. I'm just going to throw that out there. She did just say we want to start drinking at 10 a.m. So that's fair to say. All right. First shots on bomb. All right. We're going to hold you to it. All right, everyone. It is now about an hour 15. I've never found any Bape or Supreme at a thrift store yet. I don't know. There's a lot of counterfeit Bape and Supreme, so, and I wouldn't know the first thing about finding out if it's real or not. I'd probably just reach out to a few people on Instagram that would get back to me pretty quickly on it. But yeah, I've never found any. But all right, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with me. Again, I'm probably going to be putting out like 3 or 4 videos this week. I'm going to try to source, since I did a bunch this weekend, I'm going to be able to source probably Tuesday. So I'll probably have a live haul on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm taking over State's Place YouTube channel. So I'll be thrifting again on Wednesday. So I have stuff to do a live haul on. And then Wednesday night will be my first live interview. So come hang out for that. Should be a good time. You guys get to see me and my lack of interview skills. If you guys have any questions that you want answered by the gentleman First Coast Reseller, DM them to me or email them to me. My email should be in the link in the description down below. I would love to have a nice list of questions. So again, yeah, if you guys have any questions for him, send them to me and then I can ask them live and give you a little shout out for sending the good questions. Do people ever give you clothes to sell for them? Yes, I actually had a person send from Instagram. He lives in Michigan now. He sent me a sweater for me to sell, and we're just going to split the profits. It's a sweater from the 1920s. I listed it for like $500 or $600, I think. So he only picked it up for like $1 or $2. So it'd be a nice little profit split for that. And then I'm selling another sweater for another person who reached out for me on Instagram. So yeah, I do that. Usually if my friends want me to sell something for them, I charge them anywhere from 25 to 40% to sell it. And mostly the 25% is my lowest because I still have to cover my taxes. So I charge 25% at the very lowest. Is there a time limit on the live videos? Yeah, 8 hours. Do you guys want to hang out with me for 8 hours? I'm fine with that. I would get nothing done. So you guys would have to come here and ship out all my items for me. If you wanted to talk to me for 8 hours, that sounds awful though. I wouldn't even want to talk to myself for 8 hours. So, but all right, everyone. I appreciate you coming out. If you don't follow me, I'm Vogue_squared on Instagram. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this. If you don't like it, hit the down button. Makes no difference to me. I appreciate everyone's honesty and feedback. So if you guys have any constructive criticism for me, hit me with it. I have thick skin. But enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Hopefully sales start to pick up for anybody that's having a down weekend like myself. And if you are killing it on eBay this weekend, continue killing it and finish all those death piles if you can. I hate that word too. Like, who cares if you have death piles? Do your thing. Run your own business. But yeah, thanks for coming out and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye-bye.